told you we on the roll today. All right, this next video, man, we're gonna be doing a reaction video brought to us by who is these people? At Rap Dynasty YT and at Rap Thread YT. I've done a couple of videos that have came from at the Rap Thread YT. So hopefully y'all enjoy this video. This video is coming to us talking about BigXthaPLug gets exposed for backdooring Z the Wizard. I did a video probably about a week and a half, couple of weeks back, talking about the shooting that happened at the strip club that they were all at. And now people are talking about that BigXthaPLug is the reason why Z the Wizard got hit. So we're about to get into that video right now. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, and hit that hype stars on the YouTube. We are live on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I was looking at a couple of the comments and they were talking about, we need to get to the subject matter a little faster. So, like I said, I'm brand new to this. I'm working out the kinks, getting the flow together. So, here we go. So there we go. Now y'all can see what I see. We are a minute and a half in, not 5 minutes in before we start getting things popping. That part. Shout out to the let me look right here. Yes, we are live on YouTube now. Shout out to the 273 subscribers that we have on deck now. We appreciate y'all. We only had 200 like 12 days ago. So keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing, keep doing all that. Let's keep growing this ADED family. And yeah, let's go ahead and get to the video, man. 2 minutes in, not 5 minutes in. Look, I'm paying attention to the comments. I appreciate you for your input. I want this to work. Let's get it.
Now looking into this whole setup.
The critical victim is Z the Wizard.
Sources tell me he was shot.
We're going to start it over. I want y'all to hear exactly what they just said. All right. Let's get it again. Bye.
BigXthaPLug just got exposed for backdooring his reason. Evidence is so damning that the feds are now looking into this whole.
Critical victim is Z the Wizard. Sources tell me he was shot multiple times.
Behind that loyal Dallas rapper persona, Big X was running a calculated play to his own friend getting executed in a club parking lot on New Year's Day, and his reaction to his homie getting his wig split confirms everything I needed to know. The shocking truth behind what brought Z down is darker than anyone imagined. We're talking about betrayal, jealousy, and a setup so cold it'll make your blood freeze. And we're about to reveal it all with exclusive footage and insider information that'll have.
I just like to say ahead of time that this is all allegedly. You feel me? Take this for whatever you take it for. We are not saying that all the stuff on this channel is facts. And on top of that, we are doing reactions to videos that have already been made. I didn't go and do my own journalistic work and try to figure this stuff out. I'm looking at these videos at the same time that y'all are looking at them. You feel me? So please don't crucify me in the comments. I'm finding out just like you whether or not these are clickbait or these some things that we can hold on to and have some interesting conversation in between. Okay, appreciate you. Let's get it.
You questioning everything you thought you knew about loyalty in the rap game.
Hey, tripping, bro.
Yo, what's good, fam? We about to dive deep into some real street drama that's been shaking up the Dallas hip-hop community, and this story got more twists than a pretzel factory. By the time we done breaking this down, you're gonna see how a friendship that looked solid from the outside was really a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. Now, before we get into this wild ride, let me keep it 100 with y'all. Social media been buzzing about Z the Wizard getting shot at Pink House, Dallas, with most people thinking it was just random club violence or friendly fire gone wrong. The mainstream narrative been painting this as another tragic case of young black men dying over nothing. But yo, we about to separate the facts from the fiction, the real from the fake, because what really happened that night is way more sinister than anybody imagined. January 1st, 2025. That's the date that changed everything for Z the Wizard. This rising Dallas rapper was supposed to be celebrating the new year with his homie BigXthaPLug when everything went sideways in the worst way possible. We talking about a 22-year-old kid who had just signed with Future's Free Band Gang label, living his dream, trusting the wrong person.
Damn, he was only 22, bro. I don't know if he died or not, so I'm not putting that out there. I just know that he got shot multiple times at the club. But see, that's what I'm saying, bro. These rappers, they be acting like they cool with each other, and then you go see one on their turf, and something happened to you, and they don't want to take responsibility for it. But come to find out, they the ones that was behind it because they trying to stop your shine. You gotta be careful who you call your friends or your partners. I'm not saying BigXthaPLug did this to Z the Wizard, but we gonna see what evidence that they got that can either sway us to say that, damn, he on some dirty ish, or this is just internet being the internet. You feel me? Let's keep it popping. Hit the like button.
And with his life. Now, hold up before y'all start thinking this was just another club shooting. The evidence we got suggests this was a premeditated setup orchestrated by someone Z trusted with his life. But here's where it gets real spicy. That someone might have been sitting right next to him in the VIP section, throwing money and acting like everything was all good while knowing damn well what was about to go down. For people who haven't been keeping up with the Dallas rap scene, BigXthaPLug and Z the Wizard was supposed to be like brothers. They came up together, they was part of the same movement, and publicly Big X always showed love to Z. But behind closed doors, jealousy was eating Big X alive like cancer. So, check it. December 31st, 2024. BigXthaPLug got a show at Pink House Dallas, their grand opening night. Now, in the hip-hop world, grand openings are major events where everybody who's somebody shows up to network, celebrate, and show their status. The Pink House was trying to make a statement with this opening, bringing in big names to establish themselves as the premier spot in Dallas. But Z the Wizard's situation was different because he wasn't just there as a fan or even as a performer. He was there as Big X's right-hand man, his day one homie who trusted him completely. According to witnesses and the footage we got, Z and Big X rolled up to Pink House together around 2 a.m., looking like the dynamic duo of Dallas rap. They was in VIP, throwing money like they just hit the lottery, celebrating what should have...
Hold on, y'all. Only because I want to switch the view up real quick. I want the video to be bigger than me being bigger. You feel me? I want y'all to see the video. There we go. Appreciate your patience. Let's get back to it.
Been the start of a successful 2025. The energy was high. The music was bumping. And from the outside looking in, these two was living their best life. But this is where the story gets deeper than just a New Year's celebration. See, behind the scenes, there was tension brewing between these two that nobody saw coming. Sources close to the situation tell us that BigXthaPLug had been trying to get Z to sign with him for months, but Z wasn't feeling it. He had his own vision, his own path, and that independence didn't sit...
See? It's always something underlying, man. People be smiling in your face, but really they pissed off at your shine, at your grind. Now, what really happened is this fool BigXthaPLug wanted old boy Z the Wizard to sign to him, but Z the Wizard decided that he was gonna go and sign to Future. Now, Future is a bigger name than BigXthaPLug. BigXthaPLug got some motion right now. He got a lot of endorsements, blase. But when you on the when a rapper like that is on the uprise, the last thing that they trying to do is have somebody else come and take away from they shine. So what the best thing to do is sign them and keep them up under your thumb, so that way you can control how they move. He couldn't control how he was moving no more, so now they in a sticky situation. What y'all think?
Right, with Big X's controlling personality and inflated ego. The street's been talking, and what they saying is that Big X felt like he discovered Z, like he was responsible for putting him on. So when Z got that Future deal without going through Big X first, that created a problem that was eating at Big X's pride every single day. According to eyewitness accounts and live interviews, BigXthaPLug, a fellow artist and close associate of Z the Wizard, was also present but escaped unharmed. That's some suspicious timing right there. Let that sink in for a minute. In a shooting where multiple people got hit, where bullets was flying everywhere. The one person who walked away without a scratch was the same person who had been having business disputes with the main victim. Now in the streets, we know loyalty is everything. Your word is your bond, and you're supposed to ride for your people no matter what. But when money and ego get involved, that loyalty can turn deadly real quick. The real tea that got everybody shook is what happened inside that club before the shooting, and how Big X's behavior that night don't match up with someone who was genuinely surprised by the violence. Witnesses say Z and Big X was throwing money together when some Hispanic dudes started feeling disrespected. Now, for y'all who might not understand club dynamics, throwing money is a flex, but it's also a way to show.
Look, man, I told you I used to DJ in the strip club or whatever, and some of the quickest ways for a fight to break out in the club is for a dude to be throwing money and it's raining on another dude. Dudes be like, I am not a dancer. I am not a stripper. I am not touching my toes. I am not shaking and clapping cheeks. Why are you throwing money on me? So I've seen a lot of fights break out just because niggas was throwing money on each other. Yeah, it's a flex.
Respect to the performers and the establishment. But when that money lands on the wrong person, or when someone feels like you throwing it at them instead of just throwing it in general, that's when problems start.
Yep.
But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of Big X stepping up to handle the situation with his homie like a real friend would, he mysteriously disappeared to take cover behind the bar when things got heated. That's not the behavior of someone who's caught off guard by sudden violence. That's the behavior of someone who knows what's about to happen and positions himself accordingly. The footage shows that these Hispanic cats wasn't coming for Big X at all. They was laser focused on Z the Wizard from the jump. They threw money back at Z's group disrespectfully, but Big X wasn't even in their line of sight. How you explain that? How you explain being in the same VIP section but only one?
Because Big X saw what was going on, and instead of him trying to sit there and defend his homeboy and getting Big X is a big target. So if anybody start popping off, he can't move away fast enough to try to dodge no bullets anyway. So he already knew what was going on when he saw his homeboy throwing that money on them Chicos. Them Chicos don't be playing that. They be like, especially in Texas, bro. Like, it's not going down like that. It's all about respect. It's all about respect.
Person getting targeted. Real talk. When you've been around street politics long enough, you start to recognize patterns. And the pattern here is classic setup behavior. You got the target Z, you got the instigators, the Hispanic dudes, and you got the person who benefits from the chaos, Big X, conveniently out of harm's way. The Hispanic young man threw money at Z's group disrespectfully, but Z and others had noticed the dark cloud standing around the walls of the club. Dark cloud? That sounds like people was already positioned and waiting for something to pop off. That sounds like muscle that was hired to be there, waiting for the right moment to strike. Now let's talk about the timeline and how everything went down, because the devil is in the details, fam. The incident started inside the club around 3:30 a.m., but somehow Big X managed to avoid all the initial drama while his day one homie was getting targeted by multiple individuals who seemed to know exactly who they was looking for. The real kicker, though, security guards was trying to stop Z from going outside, but where was Big X during all this? His homie is about to walk into what's clearly a dangerous situation, and he's nowhere to be found. That's not adding up, gang. A real friend would have been right there, either helping to calm the situation down or making sure his homie didn't.
Look, man, if we go out together, we leaving together. That's how that go. It ain't none of that, oh, we got broke up by the crowd and security left. No, security kept old boy inside. Nah, bro, if he inside the club, we going to go get him. We ain't leaving. We come together, we leave together. Plain and simple.
Walk into an ambush alone. For y'all who might not understand street politics, let me explain something crucial. When you got beef with someone in your own circle, the most effective way to handle it is to make it look like outside forces did the work. That way, your hands stay clean, you can play the grieving friend, and your problem disappears permanently without any blowback on you. As it led outside, Z and his affiliates are being shot at from the left. His affiliate noticed Z wasn't beside him due to Z was already hit, and that's what slowed him.
Oh, man.
For a killer, police are still looking for the person or persons who shot and killed a North Texas rapper on New Year's Day. That crime went down in the parking lot of a Dallas Gentlemen's Club on I-35 and Empire Central. In all, 5 people were hit by gunfire. A 25-year-old rap artist known as Z the Wizard died days later.
Now, this is where the friendly fire.
Damn, man. Rest in peace to Z the Wizard. See, I knew he got shot, but I didn't see. They said he died days later. So rest in peace to Z the Wizard. Condolences to him and his family, man. This is some shady stuff, bro. I hope that he didn't do
story
that.
comes in. But think about it logically. If your homie is getting shot at by multiple people, wouldn't you be right there with him instead of letting him walk into what's clearly an ambush situation? The video footage that leaked shows Z walking toward his car, seemingly trying to leave the situation when the shooting started. But where's Big X in this footage? He's not trying to help his friend. He's not trying to get him to safety. He's not even visible in the area where the shooting happened. That's some real convenient positioning for someone who's supposed to be your day one. But here's what really got my conspiracy mind running wild.
Okay. Defense for BigXthaPLug, though. Like I said, he is actually on the up and up. And what do you call it? You have to protect the money at all costs. Big X is the money. Z the Wizard, he's coming up. And what do you call it? He just got signed. Big X has already been signed. He got a name for himself. Like I said, he got all type of endorsements and stuff like that. So if anything, his people are going to make sure that he's good no matter what. Him as Z the Wizard's friend, though, he should have made sure that he was right there with him and made sure that he was good too. Like, this is seeming kind of crazy.
The way the shooting went down was too organized, too precise for random club beef. You had shooters positioned on the left, you had people blocking escape routes, and you had someone who knew exactly when and where to be safe. That's military level coordination, not drunk dudes mad about some money being thrown. Now,
Right.
This ain't just about some random club violence or even a setup gone wrong. This is about calculated betrayal, and the evidence is stacking up like pancakes at IHOP on Sunday morning. Let me break down for y'all what really happened that night, because the more you dig into this story, the more it stinks like week-old fish. Sources tell us that BigXthaPLug had been in contact.
All right, y'all. We're about halfway through the video right now. Make sure y'all press the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all that. Love y'all.
With certain individuals before that night, the same individuals who just happened to be at Pink House Dallas, positioned perfectly to start problems with Z at exactly the right moment. The street's been talking, and what they saying is that Big X orchestrated the whole play from beginning to end. He knew Z would be loyal and follow him to that club. He knew Z would have his back in any situation, and he used that loyalty and trust against him in the most cold-blooded way possible. The aggressors appeared intent on eliminating Zet the Wizard, who sensed danger and tried to avoid confrontation despite provocative behavior. Eliminating, that's assassination language, not random club beef language. That's the...
You know what's crazy is this whole thing is stupid as hell, because old boy died all over a money throwing fight. Niggas was throwing money on each other in the club, and what you call it, they let their pride get in the forefront. Sorry, I can't talk. They let their pride get in the forefront, and now somebody is dead because of a rain war. Get the hell out of here, bro. We got to do better.
kind of word choice that suggests premeditation and planning, not heat of the moment violence. But yo, this is where the story gets even more twisted than a pretzel. The friendly fire incident that supposedly killed Z, that might have been the backup plan all along. Think about it. If the Hispanic dudes couldn't finish the job cleanly, having one of Z's own people accidentally shoot him creates the perfect cover story.
Oh man, and he got shot by friendly fire. Friendly fire ain't friendly fire at all, man. He would have been better off getting shot by the Chicos, bro. Now they talking about this friendly fire. It ain't nothing friendly in friendly fire, bro.
Explains the death, it removes suspicion from the real orchestrator, and it makes the whole thing look like a tragic accident instead of a calculated murder. Real talk, in situations like this, there's always multiple layers to the plan. You got your primary shooters, your backup plan, your fall guy, and your person who walks away clean to tell the story however they want. And from what we're seeing, Big X positioned himself to be that survivor who could control the narrative. The federal investigators are looking into phone records from that night, and word is they found some interesting communications between Big X and unknown numbers in the hours leading up to the shooting. When feds start pulling phone records in a murder case, that means they got enough evidence to believe this wasn't random violence.
That's one thing you can't escape, bro. Once you put that thing out there on the internet or out into them phone lines, and then go out into that cloud, it ain't no erasing it, bro. So you gotta be on your P's and Q's if you plan on being on some dirty ish. I'm just saying. The best thing to do is just not be on no dirty ish, bro.
Real question is, why would BigXthaPLug want his own homie dead? The answer is simpler than y'all think, but it's also more twisted than most people can imagine. Jealousy, control, and wounded pride. See, Z the Wizard was supposed to sign with Future's free band gang label. That's major league status, fam. We talking about one of the biggest names in hip-hop taking interest in a young Dallas rapper. But Big X wanted Z under his wing, under his control, as part of his own empire. When Z refused to sign with Big X and chose his own path to success, that created a problem that Big X's ego couldn't let slide. Z the Wizard was an up-and-coming artist and friends with another well-known Dallas artist here, BigXthaPLug, both claiming to be a part of the new Dallas movement. Notice how they both was claiming the same movement, but only one of them was getting the major label attention. Only one of them was about to break through to the next level, and it wasn't Big X. For those who know the culture, this is classic industry politics turned deadly. When you can't control someone's career trajectory, when you can't be the gatekeeper for their success, sometimes people resort to controlling their life or ending it. It's the same mentality that got Biggie and Pac killed, just on a smaller scale. The jealousy was eating Big X alive because he felt like he put Z on, like he was responsible for Z's initial success. So when Z started getting opportunities that Big X couldn't provide or control, that wounded his pride in a way that festered and grew until it became murderous rage. Sources close to both rappers say that Big X had been making slick comments about Z's deal with Future, questioning whether Z was loyal to the soil, and suggesting that Z was forgetting where he came from. That's manipulation 101.
He ain't like, I was just about to say that is manipulation 101. When you can't control the trajectory of the next man, now you got to say, what do you call it, that he not being loyal to the soil. No, he just got a better opportunity, bro. Like, if you already doing good, so it's like, why would you want to try to hold that next man back just because what you call y'all from the same soil? You just don't want him to be bigger than you. And that's where all this stuff really comes down to. People just be so prideful. You got to drop your pride, dude. And that's what I'm saying. Pride always comes right before the fall. Ugh.
1. Making someone feel guilty for their success so you can maintain control over them. But Z wasn't falling for it. He knew his worth, he knew his talent, and he wasn't about to let anyone hold him back from reaching his full potential. That independence is what ultimately got him killed, because Big X couldn't stand the idea of being left behind while his former protege reached heights he couldn't achieve. The feds are now looking into this because the evidence suggests premeditation on a level that goes beyond simple street beef. You got phone records, surveillance footage, witness testimonies, and financial transactions that don't match Big X's version of events. When federal investigators start digging into hip-hop beefs, that means they got enough evidence to build a RICO case, or at least a conspiracy to commit murder charge. Pink House Dallas is fully cooperating with law enforcement and is committed to assisting authorities in every way possible. That cooperation includes turning over all 32 cameras worth of footage. And trust me, those cameras caught everything. Every conversation, every movement, every suspicious interaction that happened that night is on tape. Federal prosecutors are also looking into Big X's financial records to see if there's any evidence of payments made to the individuals who started the altercation. If they can prove that money changed hands before the shooting, that's conspiracy to commit murder, and that carries a life sentence in federal prison. The witness testimonies are also damaging to Big X's story. Multiple people who was in VIP that night say Big X's behavior was strange, like he was nervous or anticipating something. He kept checking his phone, he kept looking around the club, and he positioned himself away from Z right before the trouble started. But here's the most damning evidence that got the feds interested.
See, oh my God, bro. See, that's what's messed up about it. It's just like, you can't hide when you know that you on some evil, diabolical type stuff. Any normal person is not going to be able to hide what you call it and just play it cool. You feel me? That conscience start kicking in, and you start being all fidgety. You start doing extra stuff that you normally not doing, and people notice that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bruh, if he really did sit there and get old boy lined up for the okie doke by these Chicos, and then somehow he got hit by friendly fire, it ain't adding up. It's looking kind of gloomy, man. Hold up, man. I got a couple people that just came into the chat. I'm gonna take it back to about the 10-minute mark, so that way y'all can hear exactly why they feel like BigXthaPLug lined old boy up. Feel me? So we're gonna go. Yeah, we'll go to the 10-minute mark. Yep, that'll work. Let's get it.
Think about it. If the Hispanic dudes couldn't finish the job cleanly, having one of Z's own people accidentally shoot him creates the perfect cover story. It explains the death, it removes suspicion from the real orchestrator, and it makes the whole thing look like a tragic accident instead of a
See? Yeah, let me take it back just a little bit more, man. Hell yeah. We'll go to 9.5 minutes. Once again, make sure y'all press that like button, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. What's that? 9:31. We right there. Give me 2 seconds.
talking, and what they saying is that Big X orchestrated the whole play from beginning to end. He knew Z would be loyal and follow him to that club. He knew Z would have his back in any situation, and he used that loyalty and trust against him in the most cold-blooded way possible. The aggressors appeared intent on eliminating Zet the Wizard,
think we
who
line back
sensed
up.
danger and tried to avoid confrontation despite provocative behavior. Eliminating, that's assassination language, not random club beef language. That's the kind of word choice that suggests premeditation and planning, not heat of the moment violence. But yo, this is where the story gets even more twisted than a pretzel. The friendly fire incident that supposedly killed Z, that might have been the backup plan all along. Think about it. If the Hispanic dudes couldn't finish the job cleanly, having one of Z's own people accidentally shoot him creates the perfect cover story. It explains the death, it removes suspicion from the real orchestrator, and it makes the whole thing look like a tragic accident instead of a calculated murder. Real talk, in situations like this, there's always multiple layers to the plan. You got your primary shooters, your backup plan, your fall guy, and your person who walks away clean to tell the story however they want. And from what we're seeing, Big X positioned himself to be that survivor who could control the narrative. The federal investigators are looking into phone records from that night, and word is they found some interesting communications between Big X and unknown numbers in the hours leading up to the shooting. When feds start pulling phone records in a murder case, that means they got enough evidence to believe this wasn't random violence. The real question is, why would BigXthaPLug want his own homie dead? The answer is simpler than y'all think, but it's also more twisted than most people can imagine.
Always jealousy.
Jealousy, control, and wounded pride. See, Z the Wizard was supposed to sign with Future's free band gang label. That's major league status, fam. We talking about one of the biggest names in hip-hop taking interest in a young Dallas rapper. But Big X wanted Z under his wing, under his control, as part of his own empire. When Z refused to sign with Big X and chose his own path to success, that created a problem that Big X's ego couldn't let slide. Z the Wizard was an up-and-coming artist and friends with another well-known Dallas artist here, BigXthaPLug, both claiming to be a part of the new Dallas movement. Notice how they both was claiming the same movement, but only one of them was getting the major label attention. Only one of them was about to break through to the next level, and it wasn't Big X. For those who know the culture, this is classic industry politics turned deadly. When you can't control someone's career trajectory, when you can't be the gatekeeper for their success, sometimes people resort to controlling their life or ending it. It's the same mentality that got Biggie and Pac killed, just on a smaller scale. The jealousy was eating Big X alive because he felt like he put Z on, like he was responsible for Z's initial success. So when Z started getting opportunities that Big X couldn't provide or control, that wounded his pride in a way that festered and grew until it became murderous rage. Sources close to both rappers say that Big X had been making slick comments about Z's deal with Future, questioning whether Z was loyal to the soil, and suggesting that Z was forgetting where he came from. That's manipulation 101, making someone feel guilty for their success. So you
soon as somebody start coming around you with that negative, that's when it's time for you to go the other way, man. They start trying to make you feel bad for you going up just because they feel like they not going up in the same trajectory. Nah, man. get away.
And maintain control over them. But Z wasn't falling for it. He knew his worth, he knew his talent, and he wasn't about to let anyone hold him back from reaching his full potential. That independence is what ultimately got him killed, because Big X couldn't stand the idea of being left behind while his former protege reached heights he couldn't achieve. The feds are now looking into this because the evidence suggests premeditation on a level.
And that's even worse. It's like, damn, bro, I brought you on, and now you about to go past me. That mindset, bro, is what is dangerous altogether, because you shouldn't be worried about whether or not they're going to be getting bigger than you if all you wanted was for them to blow up in the first place. You just mad because they're gonna blow up faster than you. If anything, if they hit and you as loyal as you say that you are, when it's time for you to ask for a favor from them, it's an automatic, because y'all was already on that same wave. You feel me? Niggas just be getting jealous and they be messing up their own blessings.
That goes beyond simple street beef. You got phone records, surveillance footage, witness testimonies, and financial transactions that don't match Big X's version of events. When federal investigators start digging into hip-hop beefs, that means they got enough evidence to build a RICO case, or at least a conspiracy to commit murder charge. Pink House Dallas is fully cooperating with law enforcement and is committed to assisting authorities in every way possible. That cooperation includes turning over all 32 cameras worth of footage. And trust me, those cameras caught everything, every conversation, every move.
And think about this too with them. That was their grand opening. You think that they're about to not give up whatever that the feds need so that they can keep they doors open? Because the reality of the thing is, they should be shut down. Luckily, the shooting didn't happen inside the club, and it happened outside the club. So there's a little bit more, leeway for them to be like, well, we didn't let no gun violence happen inside of the club. What happened in the parking lot happened in the parking lot. You feel me? But hell yeah, they go cooperate if they want to keep them doors open.
And every suspicious interaction that happened that night is on tape. Federal prosecutors are also looking into Big X's financial records to see if there's any evidence of payments made to the individuals who started the altercation. If they can prove that money changed hands before the shooting, that's conspiracy to commit murder, and that carries a life sentence in federal prison. The witness testimonies are also damaging to Big X's story. Multiple people who was in VIP that night say Big X's behavior was strange, like he was nervous or anticipating something. He kept checking his phone, he kept looking around the club, and he positioned himself away from Z right before the trouble started. But here's the most damning evidence that got the feds interested: the Hispanic individuals who started the altercation. Word on the street is they had been in contact with someone from Big X's camp for weeks before that night. This wasn't random.
Did you just hear that? They literally just said that the Mexicans that they was beefing with in the club that night, some of them fools knew the cats already in the club that was with Big X camp. So if you already know the people in Big X camp at that thing that night, why would you have any type of beef going on with the people in that camp unless you already planned for it to look like y'all was having some beef because you knew Z the Wizard was going to be there? Hence the reason why BigXthaPLug got up out the way before the confrontation even started. And now Z the Wizard ended up dead. But they got them phone records, and it's showing that these cats ain't on no good. Allegedly. Everything's allegedly on this channel, man.
Disrespect over some thrown money. This was orchestrated drama designed to create a justifiable reason for violence. The story is starting to look like a cover-up too. When you really analyze the footage frame by frame, the timing of that accidental shot is too convenient. It happened right when Z might have escaped the initial ambush, right when he was getting close to his car and potential safety. Now let's talk about the smoking gun evidence that got the feds so interested they opened a federal investigation. The video footage shows Big X's movements throughout the night, and his positioning during the shooting is suspicious as hell. While Z was getting targeted and shot at, Big X was conveniently in the safest spot in the entire club. That's not loyalty. That's self-preservation with advanced knowledge of what's about to happen. A real friend would have been right there in the danger zone trying to protect his homie, or at least trying to get him to safety. BigXthaPLug allegedly took cover behind the bar, narrowly avoiding the barrage of bullets that tear.
Oh snap! Hold up! It happened inside the club. I thought they said that the shooting happened in the parking lot. So this crap happened in the. Man, he definitely had something to do with it, bro.
Allegedly? Nah, fam, the cameras don't lie. He knew exactly where to be when the shooting started, and he knew exactly how long to stay there until it was safe to come out. But the most damning piece of evidence is what happened after the shooting. While everyone else was panicking, while people was running and screaming, Big X's reaction was too calm, too controlled. He didn't look shocked or surprised. He looked like someone who was waiting for confirmation that the job was done. The phone records show that Big X made several calls in the minutes after the shooting, but not to 911, not to Z's family, not to anyone you'd expect someone to call if their best friend just got shot. He was calling unknown numbers, having brief conversations, and then hanging up. That's not the behavior of a grieving friend. That's the behavior of someone coordinating a cover-up. Let that sink in for a minute. Your own homie sets you up to get killed, and when the primary plan doesn't work perfectly, the backup plan involves your other homie accidentally shooting you. That's some next level betrayal right there. The kind of betrayal that would make Judas himself shake his head in disgust. The federal investigation is also looking into whether this was part of a larger pattern of violence in the Dallas rap scene. If they can connect Big X to other suspicious incidents involving rivals or former friends, that could turn this into a RICO case with multiple life sentences. At the end of the day, Z the Wizard's situation isn't just about one rapper getting killed by his jealous friend. It's about trust, loyalty, and how success can turn your closest allies into your deadliest enemies. It's about the toxic culture in hip-hop where people would rather see you dead than see you succeed without them. The Dallas hip-hop scene is shook because if Big X could do this to his day one homie, someone he came up with, someone he publicly showed love to, then who else is at risk? When you can't trust the people closest to you, when your own circle becomes your biggest threat, the whole culture suffers. Young rappers coming up in Dallas now got to question every friendship, every collaboration, every person in their inner circle. That paranoia and mistrust is going to poison the creative environment and make it harder for genuine talent to flourish. But yo, the consequences for Big X are just getting started. Federal investigations don't just go away, and when they got surveillance footage, witness testimonies, phone records, and financial evidence, that's a recipe for serious prison time. We talking about life without parole if they can prove premeditation and conspiracy. The real question is, was the temporary elimination of competition worth destroying your own legacy and potentially spending the rest of your life in a federal penitentiary?
Bruh. What y'all think, man? Y'all think a BigXthaPLug set his homeboy up for the okie doke just because he didn't sign to him and he felt like Future was gonna be a better move for him? I mean, jealousy is always the root to all these things that happen between these people. And it's crazy because everybody can eat. Everybody is eating. And the fact of the matter is, like, if for that to be your homeboy and you see him going up, like, why would you do that? Now, like that kind of stuff makes me sad and mad at the same time because it ain't nothing better in my world than seeing my dogs eat, than seeing my boys win. You feel me? So it's like when stuff don't pan out, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, ugh, some bullshit. You feel me? But all right, it's about to line back up. I just want to talk for 2 seconds.
Because that's what Big X is looking at if these allegations prove true. For the culture, this is a wake-up call about the dangers of jealousy and ego in the music industry. Success shouldn't come at the cost of your friends' lives. The street's been talking, And what they're saying is that loyalty is dead if people like Big X can orchestrate hits on their own homies over business disputes. The feds are building their case methodically, and when federal prosecutors get involved in hip-hop beefs, they don't play games. They got unlimited resources, they got time, and they got a conviction rate that'll make your head spin. Big X better hope his lawyers are as good as his music, because he's going to need all the help he can get. This case is also going to change how the industry handles internal conflicts. Record labels, management companies, and artists themselves are going to have to implement better security measures and conflict resolution procedures to prevent this kind of betrayal from happening again. What are your thoughts on BigXthaPlug's alleged involvement in setting up Z the Wizard? Do you think the evidence points to premeditated murder, or is this all just coincidence and speculation? Share your thoughts in the comments and make sure you subscribe, because we're going to keep following this story as more evidence comes to light. The truth always comes out eventually, and this case is far from over. The feds don't open investigations unless they got something solid, and from what we see, they got enough to put Big X away for life.
Damn, man.
Birdman looks like he's...
All right, y'all. So what y'all think? Is this is the internet being the internet once again, and, you know, putting us down the rabbit hole of all the things that could be? Or is this just something that's right there on the surface? You know, men being men, pride being pride, and somebody lost their life. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, rest in peace to Z the Wizard. Condolences to him and his family. You know what I'm saying? It's sad that, what you call it, that we can't just shine together. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's enough money for everybody out here to get it. You feel me? Like, find you a lane and make it pop. You know what I'm saying? Whew. Anyways, merch time. You see the cloud above my head. That's our cloud graphic. You can find it right here. Look at that. We got merch. www.alldayeverydayllc.net. You got that there, and they got the patch on the back for that one. You know what I'm saying? You got the patented ADED circles on the sleeves. You know, all type of different colorways. Go back over here by go to page 1. That's where all the cloud graphics are. I'll show you this real quick. But yeah, we got stickers, onesies for the babies, purses, long sleeves with a hood on it. You got t-shirts for the kiddos, $20. You got bathing suits, got dresses for the ladies, socks, backpacks, the staple shirt for the kids right here. Got that extra small through an XL, and the kids size is $21. Feel me? We do got discount codes available as well. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you're ready to make a purchase, you know what I'm saying, just leave a comment and ask for that discount code. I got you. Once again, shout out to all the subscribers, the new subscribers. We got 73 new subscribers in like 12 days. So I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? That means what you call y'all are sharing. And I'm every comment that I see, you know, I've been replying to, whether it's been good or bad. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the engagement, and that's how we're gonna continue to grow this ADED family. This is the new ADED, the college style unisex hoodie. I designed each and every one of these things on the site as well too. So we got this in the black, but we got it in a bunch of different colors. But that's how it look on the back. You know what I'm saying? Got it in the all type of different colors, you know. That royal blue be hidden. So yeah, when you get a chance, go check out the website. Once again, it's www.alldayeverydayllc.net. You know what I mean? Look at this, man. All the different colors. That's one thing you're going to get with me. You're going to get you some variety. You know what I mean? Got that latte. You know, it's a hot color right now. You know, go ahead. Just check your boy out. Check your boy out. We've been working hard. You know what I'm saying? 6 months strong. Trying to get it right. Anyways. You are now tuned in with your favorite dark skin friend. appreciate y'all, man. Like, subscribe, comment, share.